How's it going, everyone? You're watching Trainer Connor's Wi-Fi battle videos. I have a bonus video for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. I finally had a match where I get to use Quiver against Volcarona. Thanks to my opponent here, Mac. Be sure to go check out his channel. I'll put it down in the description. But I finally had a good match with Volcarona. Like I said, the team structure that I put on here is really nice. I really like this team. And I believe the only things I have to deal with Volcarona are going to probably be, well, just having Volcarona around are going to probably be Diggersby and Conkeldurr. Everything else I can take care of, so. Starting off the match, I begin with my Goodra, and he starts off with Diggersby, which means, well, I don't have anyone that can take a hit, so I figured he was banded by that amount of damage and the way he one-hit KO'd my Goodra there, so I switched into Trooper, the Venusaur. Let's go for the Mega Evolution. I figured he might switch into Beedrill, expecting the Giga Drain. I go for the Mega Evolution. Let's go for Sleep Powder. Even if he has no choice band from his Diggersby, he could hit me with a U-turn, or he could just hit me with another Earthquake or something. I can put him to sleep and go from there. But I put Beedrill to sleep here, which means even if he's going for the Mega Evolution, I'm going to have him sleep for a few turns here, so I figured it's a good time to bring in my Volcarona Mythulus. I had this guy in 5th generation, and then he wouldn't be transferred, so I had to rebreed it. So Mythulus, the Volcarona, is here. I figured he might switch out again, so I go for Quiver Dance, or not Quiver Dance. It would have been a good idea here, though. I go for Fiery Dance, and I figured I could stay in here. But my opponent thinks that I was thinking he was scarfed or something, so I guess a little bit of unpredictable action there, I guess. Because I was able to outspeed the Diggersby there, and so I know that he's choice banded. Because if he was scarfed, he would have outsped me. Here comes Conkeldurr. I'm expecting him to go for a knockoff or an Ice Punch or something weird like that, but my Mega Venusaur can take care of that relatively easily there, as you can see how well I can take that knockoff there with the boosted power that they have in this generation. Back in 5th generation, it was like, knockoff did like 50 damage, and now it's like 60 power. Beedrill comes back in, guys, and I'm still not afraid of this thing. I know it can go for a U-turn, Poison Jab, Brick Break, all that stuff. I don't care about that with Volcarona. So we're going to go back into Volcarona and go for Quiver Dance again, most likely, or I can just go for another Fiery Dance. I'm in a good position here. I've got lots of momentum with Volcarona being in here and having Beedrill sleep and all that good stuff. So we're finally able to go for the Fiery Dance yet again. Just wipe out Beedrill, and that's going to be the end of Mega Beedrill. So I didn't get a chance to have him show off his power, just Volcarona. Because Volcarona is the better bug. I don't know what I'm talking about, but well, maybe Mega Beedrill is the better bug if he wasn't asleep, but you know, you never know. I figured he might go for Ice Punch, expecting Venusaur, but I have Thick Fat, so we're okay with that. Let's go for Giga Drain and get some damage racking in there. Do a good chunk to the Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr has a little bit of good bulk in there, and lots of HP, so I can get a lot of HP back from those Giga Drains. Now in the next few turns here, I don't know what it is, but my Mega Venusaur misses a couple of Sweet Powders. That's why there's Spore. I really wish that Spore was a good move on Venusaur, but he got Sleep Powder, and I miss 2 times in a row, and I lose Trooper the Venusaur. So Trooper, you did okay at the beginning, but not enough actually to make a difference, because you lost to Conkeldurr, who should be dead already, I think. But I bring in Focus Sash Alakazam, and in my test battles with this team, I've got lots of different items on these guys. Before it was choice specs, but I decided to bring in Focus Sash just because of Cal and Flame that I sometimes see in battles. So we're going to have the Focus Sash. I could have stayed in with Alakazam, but you guys know that Caesar can go for a Bullet Punch. He could go for a X-Scissor like you just saw. He hits Excadrill and that barely does anything, which is good. I do a really good amount of damage with the Earthquake on Scizor, because Scizor is really bulky on the physical side, and yeah, that's good damage there. Excadrill, you did a good job there. He goes for Roost, and that's interesting to me. I don't normally see that, but well, you know what? I already have Roost on my other. I have 2 Scizor in my boxes, and one of them has a Roost set, so I don't know why I would think that he doesn't have Roost, but he has Roost. So that's good enough information to know that he's probably bulky in some ways and some not. I'm not really sure. Anyways, though, all that aside, I predicted him to switch out into his Slowbro. I go for another Earthquake and then Shadow Claw there. I kind of wanted to force him to go for Scald and not go for Slack Off. This way I can bring back in Vithulus and hit him with a Bug Buzz. But what actually happens here, I predicted him to switch out because of these Slack Off shenanigans. Regenerator, if you wanted to go for that. I know he's going to probably switch out, so we're going to go for the Quiver Dance. And this scares my opponent greatly here because nothing on his team doesn't want to take a +1 Bug Buzz or a Fire Dance. Maybe Hitmoncop can, but it'll be a 2-hit KO. And this is a 2-hit KO on Conkeldurr, so that's really nice to know that. He goes for Drain Punch, and that does a lot of damage. I believe that Volcarona is actually a little bit frail there, so that's why it's doing a lot of damage, because it's a 3-hit KO there. He goes for Mach Punch, I think. Yeah, Mach Punch. I'm not really sure why it's not doing a lot of damage there. He could have gone for another Drain Punch, but then I would outspeed him, and then yeah. Here comes Hitmoncop, guys, and Hitmoncop, I saw Necrostevo use one in his previous upload. This guy can take a few hits. Now we need to figure out what set he's running here. We see Close Combat, and this does a crap load, guys. Wow, that's a lot of damage for a Hitmoncop, guys. So this is obviously an offensive one. We definitely see that here because of the Life Orb. I predicted him to go for a priority move, whether it be Sucker Punch or a Mach Punch, so we're going to go for Morning Sun. Now here, I really should have attacked the Hitmoncop there, because I go for a Quiver Dance, expecting another Sucker Punch, but he goes for another Close Combat, and this is just not good. Knowing that he has Sucker Punch, and knowing that he knows that I have Morning Sun, I predicted him to not go for Sucker Punch the way he does, because I went for Fiery Dance knowing that I could just go for a Morning Sun, expecting the Sucker Punch, but he just called my bluff right there, and he knocks me out with a critical hit. I'm not really sure if it mattered. If it did, then, well, I guess I lost my Volcarona. If it didn't matter at all, then he could have just gone back and just Scizor and knocked me out with a Bullet Punch. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I would have loved Volcarona for the Scizor and his Slowbro, because now how am I going to handle them? I don't know. Even though he has the burn, guys, Alakazam is still frail. It takes him to 23 HP. I have a Focus Sash still, but man, that did a lot of damage. I want to force him to go for a Bullet Punch right there. I can't do anything about that at this point. He also has a Life Orb. My last Pokemon, guys, is going to be Destiny, the Choice Scarf Zoroark, and that was a bad part of this battle, guys. I had a Life Orb like I had in my previous uploads. Well, not in my previous uploads. In my test runs, in my battles I had with passerbys, I had Zoroark hold the Life Orb, and it worked out great. But now I'm Choice Scarf, and that means I'm locked into Sucker Punch, and The only way I can handle his slow bro after his scissor is gone. So have I had the life orb, I would have taken out scissor with a life orb flamethrower, then I would have knocked out the slow bro with a sucker punch. But either way, that was a great match. Thank you, Mac. Be sure to go check out his channel, and I will hopefully get a new battle up before Christmas. If not, then happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye now.